At lovedreamingpeach.com.
Peaches. It's 7:56 a.m. and I'm gonna go move the car. Just like I park the car at night, I unpark the car in the morning. I don't usually unpark it this early. I'm kind of not tired. Let's go move the car. Actually, I wanted to talk about Jennifer Soto for a second. I wanted to talk about why she's so evil. Why I believe that she should be arrested. And this is not like law expertise because I'm not a lawyer. And I'm not a psychiatrist. I am just a person. Let me put this thing somewhere. I'm gonna put it here. My new cute coat. Oh, my thing. So I personally think that Jen Soto was Maddie Soto's mom. Madeline Soto. And hold on, this is kind of awkward. So Madeline Soto was a 13-year-old girl who had been 13 for 4 days, and then she went missing. And turns out that her mother's boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend, had essayed her since she was probably 6. They had proof since she was 8. Had been essaying her, and then took her life, and then disposed of her. Okay, and the thing is that the mother used to sleep. The mother had them sleeping in the same bed. Supposedly, the 3 of them would sleep in the same bed. Oh, fuck. And he was essaying her. And then the mother would allow the grown man to take the little girl upstairs to go to sleep alone. And she claimed, oh, it didn't happen that much. But how do we know? How do we know it didn't happen almost every night? Because
it did happen almost every night. They have video evidence.
Who would sell her daughter so she could get a good night's rest, in my opinion. So my whole thing is, how could she not know? She was literally in the bed with them. And then sending your child upstairs to sleep by herself with a grown-ass man. And you don't realize that that's not normal. Felt like let me go and park my car. So what I'm saying is that I believe it is a crime. Her whole I didn't know. I don't think that that's acceptable. I think that parents should be held accountable. I think that a woman who would allow her little darling daughter to be used and abused in that manner should pay the consequences. I don't think that it's acceptable to say, I had no idea. Because it's your job to know. It's your job to protect that child. It's your job to raise that child well. As a parent, we are tasked with not just merely keeping our children alive, but providing them with a safe space and not allowing them to be devoured by predators. And she had the predator in her own house. That poor girl's home was a danger zone for her. That girl had nowhere to turn. She had nobody to protect her. And that's why she's gone. So I watch Strategic Eyes True Crime with Strategic Eyes. And he's some kind of law enforcement person. And he says, he said, like, he can't stand Jennifer Soto, but he said things like, she's not going to get arrested. They don't have any evidence against her. And I feel that that is a lie. What do you mean there's no evidence against her? She allowed this man access to her baby. That's evidence. This man had unfettered access to this little girl. Alone. All night. And when someone is as vile of a predator, of a monster, like Stefan Stearns, there's no way that he can control himself just because Jen is in the room. So what I believe, again, I don't know if they can prove it. I don't know if there's any evidence of Jen in the videos, or more likely evidence that she gained financially. Can they prove that the money that he was making off of the CSAM child actual abuse material? Just because she may not be in those images or videos, or maybe they're not on her Google Drive or wherever they were, how does that free her up? Because she mentioned how he liked to buy those little things, whatever they were, these little sculptures or whatever the hell they were. He's always buying these little things. Well, she knew that his father, Chris Stearns, was paying the rent, the $700 a month that she was getting, so he could use that room where he was doing the abuse. So you're going to tell me, though, that this woman who is intimate with this man, meaning they're best friends, he hangs out in her bedroom all the time, even though they broke up and they're not having sex. They hang out together all the time. They consider each other best friends. He's with Madeline all the time. Even though he moved out, he's still coming back to spend the night with the girl, the little girl. And this woman knows that he doesn't have a job yet. He always has new stuff. You're going to tell me she didn't know he had some sort of source of income that wasn't coming from a job? When you live with someone and you're with them all the time and you see that they're constantly getting packages, but yet they don't have a job, isn't that some type of evidence? Something's going wrong, something's amiss, or something's happening under the table, behind the sheets, behind closed doors. You're going to tell me she had no clue? I don't believe it. Arrest that woman and put her in jail. In my opinion, she should go to jail for life for conspiracy murder.
because she did.
West 2's Bob Hazen has been going through newly released evidence reveals more details about Madeline Soto. West 2's Bob Hazen has been going through the disturbing new evidence all morning and learned that investigators say Maddie's mother defended the man accused of killing her daughter.
In these documents, Detective's mom, Jennifer, talking with deputies, her boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, by her side. 13-year-old Maddie was missing, but investigators believe Stearns had actually murdered her after sexually abusing Maddie for years and recording it on his phone. New evidence released by the state attorney's office includes these pictures of a room in their home, room number 4, with a chain lock on the door. The night before Maddie vanished, Jennifer Soto told investigators she sent her daughter to that room to go to bed alone with Stearns.
I needed some sleep, so I asked, hey, can you guys go to the guest bedroom upstairs?
She never saw Maddie alive again, and during the search, she said nothing had seemed strange, but did offer this bit of information.
She did recently tell Stephen that she had a crush on a boy.
The evidence also includes details of Soto's interview with detectives after Stearns was arrested and on the day that Maddie's body was found. It says she defended Stearns, and while she denied knowing about ongoing sexual abuse, she, quote, even at one point referred to the sex stuff as not evil, but the murder of Madeline as evil. The detective says it appeared Soto had accepted that the victimization was happening. We also hear Stearns himself trying to explain why his phone's memory was wiped out before handing it over to investigators.
I don't know what the heck I did, but somehow during the massive OS update, I managed to factory reset my phone.
And they talked to Stearns' father, Chris, who said his son had a history of lying to them and his story didn't add up.
Before I left the house the other night, I turned to my wife and I said, do we really know Stephen? Can we honestly say we really know?
Bob Hazen, West 2 News.
All right, while Jennifer Soto has been investigated, she has not been arrested or charged with any crime, and police have not identified her as a suspect.
And that's the part that I cannot fathom. How can you say you haven't arrested her for a crime? How can you believe there's no crime? What are you talking about? The girl is dead. The girl was essayed for half of her life thanks to the mother giving complete access to this disgusting predator. And like a psychologist I saw, I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. She was interviewing with, I don't remember at the moment, but she said Jennifer was probably getting pleasure of some kind out of this as well, which is why I believe she was also essaying her daughter. Maybe not by actually physically touching her herself, but I believe that she knew. She literally said she would wake up and Stefan would be snuggling, cuddling her little daughter, legs wrapped around private parts in the bed, and that he would sleep in boxers and the little girl was in underwear. You really want me to believe? That's the thing. I think if they arrested her and what would they arrest her for? How about allowing your daughter to be essayed her whole life and giving a man access to her? That is a crime in my opinion, and she should go to jail, and I hope she does.